Every morning at exactly 7:30, Mr. Harold Bennett would sit by the window of room 214 in Rosewood Elderly Home, sipping tea from a chipped blue cup. He wore the same gray cardigan, kept a photograph of his late wife tucked in his shirt pocket, and waited without fail for a visitor who never came. Harold was 82, a retired literature teacher. Quiet, polite, with eyes that held entire libraries of stories he no longer told. The nurses knew his routine well. "Still waiting for your son, Mr. Bennett?" one of them would gently ask. He would smile, soft and hopeful. "Yes," Ethan promised, "he's just busy, that's all." But Ethan hadn't visited in nearly 6 years. A busy tech executive in another state, he sent birthday cards and occasional flowers, but never himself. "I don't blame him," Harold would say to no one. "Life's heavy. Sometimes it pulls you away from the things that matter most." The truth was heavier than Harold let on. His wife, Margaret, had passed away 10 years earlier. They had built a modest life filled with books, garden picnics, and lullabies sung over Ethan's cradle. But after her death, something inside Harold dimmed. He grew silent, forgetful, and distant. Ethan, feeling neglected, drifted further. One phone call turned to none. One missed visit became years. Harold never told anyone that the day Ethan left for college, he had held back tears and pride alike, whispering, "Fly high, my boy. But don't forget where the nest is." Now every morning he watched birds outside his window, sparrows, mostly fluttering freely, returning to their branches. He wondered if Ethan ever looked back. One day a new nurse arrived. Young, curious, and warm-hearted. Her name was Lily. She noticed Harold's routine and his fading spark. One afternoon, while changing his bedsheets, she asked, "Tell me about Margaret." Harold's eyes lit up. For the first time in weeks, he spoke more than a sentence. "She loved dandelions," he said, voice trembling. "Thought they were wishes pretending to be weeds. We used to lie on the grass and blow them into the sky." Lily listened every day after her rounds. In return, Harold asked about her life, her art classes, her little brother, her dreams of becoming a writer. "You have the soul of one," he'd say. "You know how to listen. That's the first rule of storytelling." One day, Lily found Harold asleep in the chair, a soft smile on his face and the photo of Margaret in his hand. But something else was there, a worn envelope addressed to Ethan. "Can I?" she asked gently. He nodded. The letter read, "Dear Ethan, I'm sorry I was silent for so long. I thought staying strong meant staying quiet. But I see now that's how we lose each other. I want to tell you that I've missed you every single day. Not a moment goes by that I don't wish I had done better, been louder with my love, steadier with my support. If you ever read this, know that I never stopped waiting. Not because I needed anything, but because I never stopped loving you. Come home if your heart still knows the way." Dad, Lily, moved to tears, asked, "May I send this?" Harold hesitated, then nodded. One last time, weeks passed. No reply. Then, one rainy morning, as Harold sat by the window, Lily walked in with wide eyes and a trembling voice. "There's someone here to see you." Harold turned and dropped his cup. Ethan stood at the door, older, grayer, and holding a bouquet of dandelions. "Dad," he whispered, voice cracking, "I'm sorry, I should have come sooner." Tears welled in Harold's eyes as he reached out. "You found the way back." They hugged for the first time in over a decade, long, tight, trembling. That afternoon, the empty chair by the window had 2 cups of tea on the table. Father and son sat, watching the birds and the rain, talking not just about regrets but about second chances. When Lily passed by the room, she saw something she'd never seen before. Harold laughing. Not the kind of polite chuckle he gave to nurses, but a full, open laugh that echoed down the hallway like a song remembered after years of silence. A week later, Harold left Rosewood. Ethan took him home. But the chair by the window stayed. The nurses kept it there, untouched, as a reminder that love is never too late. And every morning, someone would sit by the window, holding a chipped blue cup, telling Lily or someone else their story. About the one they missed, the one they forgave, or the one they were hoping would forgive them. And in time, that lonely window became a place of hope. Moral of the story, no matter how far time or silence stretches, love can still find its way back. Sometimes all it takes is a letter, a listener, or the courage to say, "Come home."